evening, everyone. Greetings from Asian Confluence. I am Samhita Nandi, Director, Outreach Asian Confluence, and today's conversation is a part of the Ground Peak series. This season of this series is primarily for voices in the community who talk about realities of the ground, challenges, and the ways to overcome them. In today's episode, we are spotlighting on the tourism sector specific to Northeast. As you may already know, that recently Asian Confluence, jointly with the Royal Thai Embassy New Delhi, conducted the second phase of the Emerging and Young Entrepreneurs of the Northeast India Exchange Program, called Brahmaputra means Chao Phraya, in Thailand from the 17th of the 21st of July this year. The focus this year was tourism management. 12 delegates from all over the Northeast, from the public and the private sector, participated in this program to study and understand the dynamics of tourism sector in Thailand and bring back learnings on some of their best practices which can be implemented back home. So without much ado, let me introduce our guest for today, Mr. Prashant Pakhrin, who was one of our delegates who participated in the Thailand exchange program representing the state of Sikkim. Mr. Prashant Pakhrin is the Assistant Director, Information and Publicity, Tourism and Civil Aviation Department, Government of Sikkim. He handles all matters relating to information and publicity for promotion of Sikkim tourism, organizing and participating in promotional events, designing and conceptualizing marketing strategies, and as a member of the editorial team, drafting articles, designing and publication of brochures and books, drafting content for the website and official social media platforms are all part of his charter of responsibilities. Prashantji, Asian Confluence welcomes you to this platform of Groundspeak.
Namaskar, ma'am. Thank you very much for having me.
So, Prashantji, to start with, let me ask you, how was your experience of the Thailand 2.0 exchange program? And did your experience of the tourism in Northeast India differ from what you observed in Thailand?
It was an amazing experience for me. But first of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Asian Confluence. I would like to thank you, Madam Samhita Nandi, and I would like to thank the Executive Director, Asian Confluence, Sri Sabasachidatta sir, for conceptualizing this tour and putting it all together. I'd also like to thank the Royal Embassy of Thailand in New Delhi, Mr. Sainin, the first secretary. I'd also like to thank the secretary to the ambassador, Madam Ruchi, for being there with us during this tour, for guiding us and supporting us throughout the tour. So Thailand was an amazing experience. It was for the first time that I was in Thailand. So it was a wonderful trip for me. I could learn so many new things, could see so many new things. And being from a tourism background, it was a wonderful opportunity for me to go and meet people from the government there, the private players, and all the interactions that we had, and all the interactive sessions, the meetings, the site visits. It all added up and they all made me see the strategies that was adopted by the government and the people there to market and promote such a dynamic destination like Thailand. Thank you.
Now, to give a little background to our audience, during the visit, the delegation also took part in the Young Entrepreneurs Network Development Program, that is Yendi, popularly known as Yendi, which operates with an aim to provide a platform for entrepreneurs to network and encourage business exchange between other India or any other country and Thailand. Now, we are very happy to announce that Yendi now has a chapter in India with the Entrepreneurs Network of Asian Confluence. So Prashantji, my next question to you is much related to this. There was a lot of interest generated with all your presentations from the Sikkim team about Sikkim tourism during the Yendi program, right? But what caught your attention from the various presentations that you saw and the interactions that you had with the entrepreneurs in Thailand?
Yendi was one of the most important interactive sessions we attended during our tour. And I would like to thank Sri Adul, Sri Adul Chotis and Koron, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, the founder of Yendi, for sharing his time and his experiences with us. What I noticed during the ND program was that most of the entrepreneurs that were there, they were very young, very energetic, and very dynamic. So, which shows that the young people are taking the reins of big companies in Thailand, and which brings about a lot of new innovative ideas, and it brings the desired outputs. So I think for overall development of tourism through various sectors that we were informed of, like uh, I believe because of the young people taking over the reins of big companies, and it will definitely add up to Thailand becoming one of the most premier destinations. Thank you.
Yes, true. So, can you share with us the sustainable tourism practices that you noticed in Thailand that could be beneficial and easy to implement back home in Sikkim or any other state in Northeast, and also could promote probably eco-friendly tourism in the Northeast? Any practices that you remember?
Right. In one of the interactions we had with the officials of Tourism Authority of Thailand in Pattaya, I learned that the process of registration of a hotel in Thailand has to go through a rigorous environmental impact assessment. So once the environmental impact assessment is passed, only then they get licensed to run a hotel. So that shows that the Thai government is very concerned and very they takes the environmental sustainability very very seriously. Uh, Also, apart from the popular destinations like Bangkok and Pattaya and Phuket, I learned that the government is promoting lesser known destinations, and I think that is something very nice, because that will also keep balance on the carrying capacity and everything wise. It will keep a balance in the popular destinations. And also in terms of economic sustainability, I believe the new destinations will be economically viable and economically more sustainable. So that is something we can also, I think, emulate from Thailand. And also what I see is the participation of public stakeholders. I'm sorry, the private stakeholders were very forthcoming, and so they were not much dependent on the government, and they're doing the projects on their own. Some of the projects that they're doing were very successful, and environment, I think, is one of the areas where they have kind of take it very seriously, and sustainable tourism in the form of rural tourism is also happening in Thailand. So that is what I could see and learn from this trip, man.
Yeah, I think the hotel that we stayed in, Siva Tellers, was also a very good example of sustainable tourism, where they really believe in zero waste policy and organic tourism. They promote their farmers. They only buy from local farmers, which I think is really amazing. These kind of policies that they are promoting
Right.
towards
Absolutely.
sustainable tourism. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, what lessons do you think India can learn from Thailand's approach to improving accommodation options for tourists, ensure visitor safety, and enhance overall tourist experience?
Uh, Once again, I'd like to thank the Asian Confluence and Ministry and the Royal Embassy of Thailand in New Delhi for putting us up in some of the best properties in Bangkok, both in Bangkok and Pattaya. So we experienced firsthand the service and the hospitality of these hotels. It was top notch, world class standards. And accommodation obviously is one of the important sectors for tourism industry. So I could learn that the hotels there, the accommodation units there needs to go through a rigorous environmental impact assessment before getting registration. So I think that is one reason why, the standards of hotels are very good. So there are variety of accommodation unit options, like from international chains to homegrown brands to independent hotels. So in terms of choice, we have they have many choices there in terms of hotels. So it suits everyone's taste and budget. And I feel the private players there have come up really well in terms of providing this kind of accommodation units. So it is something
Yes,
that we should, yes,
absolutely.
we can also learn and emulate that
Yeah,
independent
and also
hotels.
if you remember, in one of our sites visit, we had seen some, homestay accommodations. Can you talk a little bit about their standards? Like, can we incorporate some of their, the way they do things into our system?
Right.
Because Northeast has a lot of
Homestay.
scope for homestay.
Right, ma'am. Homestay is, yeah, we were taken to one Takintia
Hmm.
community
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
homestay, village tourism
Hmm.
kind of a thing. So it was a really nice experience, interacting with the owners there, and the people who runs that. Back home in Sikkim, also, we have a lot of homestays and rural tourism initiatives that started by the government, and homestays are actually quite big in Sikkim also. So
Hmm.
so it was nice to interact with them, and it was similar in a way that how they run the homestays there in back in Sikkim. So I feel that another important thing about the accommodation units and in Thailand, I want to add is I could feel that the accommodation units, though it was a different, there was a different. We have various options in terms of the pricing and everything, but even the budget hotels per se, they were very good standards of rooms that were provided for even for budget class hotels, with all basic facilities and amenities. And even the luxury hotels, I feel, were not overpriced, uh, in the sense they were affordable. So yeah, and the concept of hostels, I think for backpackers is very good, which is found in plenty in Thailand. So that is one area where I think Sikkim, and in fact the
Huh.
rest of Northeast, can emulate,
I
for
don't think we have
backpackers.
hostels in the Northeast.
Not much, ma'am. Not in Sikkim
Yeah.
though. Yeah,
Yes.
that is something we can introduce, and to attract more footfalls, I believe. Thank you.
So, Prashantji, the other thing that I've noticed that Thailand leveraged technology and innovation in its tourism industry. Now, what technology-related policies could India consider to increase the tourism industry efficiency?
Uh, ma'am, I think technologically, India is also very advanced in that sense. But speaking of Northeast as a region, I feel to promote tourism, I think we need more work. I think it needs to be done in the field of technology, and also in the field of infrastructure development. We need to have more basic infrastructures in place, like hotels, roads, airports, connectivity, like having an international airport connecting international passengers. Like we can have a direct
Very
access to,
important.
right, to Thailand, to say places like Guwahati or maybe Bagdogra, can have a direct
Hmm.
frequent flights from places like Vietnam and Thailand. So that would definitely boost tourism in this region. And as I said, infrastructure should be in place, which is there pretty much, but we can add up on that. We can have policies that supports foreign investments in hotel luxury hotels, and also foreign investments in tourism related projects like ropeways and all those things. You can add up and make the Northeast more viable and more tourist friendly, I believe.
So now coming to your area of work more specifically, you would agree that with me when I say that wherever we went during our visit, we noticed that Thailand really works towards its marketing strategy to promote tourism. So, as an official of the department, what do you think are the areas we can work on to promote marketing tourism in the Northeast, in particular Sikkim?
All right, ma'am. I think first of all we should work on making Sikkim, not just Sikkim, the entire Northeast, more
Hmm.
visible for foreign tourists. So that is one thing I think we have to work on, and visibility comes only through sustained marketing strategies and
Yes.
initiatives. So yeah, promotion and publicity is very important to make a region more visible. I think we should create a brand. Northeast is a very unique area with a unique region with a lot of cultural diversity. We have beautiful landscapes, mountains, everything. But what we need is more sustained, aggressive marketing, and also we can participate in a lot of international fairs, festivals, promotion, and I think sustained marketing activities would bring about results. It will take time. It will take maybe a period of 1 or 2 years, but we should be consistent in our marketing and promotion, and the results will definitely come.
Yeah, I think that is one area that we should really work on. What we realized when we went there is there is very little visibility of the Northeast amongst the people of Thailand. We
Exactly,
have
absolutely.
really not promoted Northeast tourism or any, India tourism per se to Thailand. There are not as many Thailand tourists coming to India as many Indian tourists going to Thailand. So there is, uh, you know, the flow is not equal. So this brings us to our next question. There are a lot of similarities between Northeast India and Thailand, but you notice any significant cultural differences or similarities that impacted the way tourism is conducted in Thailand as compared to that in Sikkim?
Well, the humility and hospitality of Thai people is something that is common to Sikkim, and also
Hmm.
I'm sure to the rest of the Northeast. So the Thai people are very hospitable and very kind, and which is why we can see where Thailand is today in terms of tourism. So they understand tourists, they understand what tourists want, they understand the kind of service that they have to offer, and I believe that is already there in Northeast. People of Northeast are also very similar in terms of hospitality. So that is one thing I noticed, that there is, that's a common thread that binds us, and that is one thing that we can. That is our a positive. That's one positive area that we already have, and we can leverage that. And also, I think talking specifically of Sikkim, I believe the Sikkim is also a very we are very rich in Buddhist heritage and culture, like Thailand. So that similarity is also there. So yes, religion, Buddhism, and hospitality is two things that comes to my mind when I talk about similarities in these two regions.
Okay. So, if you remember during our site visits, I don't think we went to the Amphawa floating market this time, but we did go last time. But we went to the Pattaya floating market and the community Takentia tourism community enterprise. These are examples of Thailand's approach to cultural preservation and integrating local communities in tourism. So, Northeast also has a lot of cultural diversity. Can we learn from it? If so, how? Just share with us your take on it.
Yes, ma'am. Homestay, as I said, homestay and rural tourism. These are the areas that Sikkim has been working on, and Sikkim has been quite successful in that sense.
Hmm.
So, rural tourism in Sikkim is often a community thing, and it's a community
Hmm.
involvement thing. So, a lot of focus is also given by the government, and a lot of support is also provided by the government to the homestay operators and the owners. And we frequently have training workshops, so wherein we as a department, we teach them how to operate and how to run and how to promote your homestays and everything. So that is something which is there, and we are working pretty seriously, and it's started to show results, and a lot of tourists now wants to come and stay in homestays rather than hotels in Sikkim. So another thing in terms of I think the entire Northeast, I believe, is we have we are culturally very rich, and there are a lot of indigenous tribes which have and each tribe have their own traditions and cultures, which is very rich and vibrant and colorful.
Lot to
So
showcase.
right, yes, that has to be showcased more. And I believe if we are aware of the festival called Hornbill Festival, which happens in Nagaland. It's one of the most popular festival, and I know it's specific to Nagaland, but what I feel is this festival is so popular that a lot of tourists comes in, and it is one festival in Northeast which is visible, which people knows of, and which people wants to come and attend once in their lifetime. So what we can do is, to leverage this festival, and it's my personal
Yeah, yeah,
dream.
sure.
Yeah, that see, this festival can be leveraged, and I believe if we could add, if we could add one or two state guest states, if we can showcase not just Nagaland, but then Nagaland can give us, an opportunity to showcase maybe Sikkim this year, and Arunachal Pradesh another year on rotational basis. So I think more of cultural diversity of Northeast can be,
Yeah.
showcased, and that Northeast has to be sold in a package. I believe it has to be sold as a region, and not just independent states like Nagaland or Assam or Meghalaya or Sikkim. I believe if you can work out and sell this entire region as a package, because that would be more easy for us to sell. It will be more easy for us to make a brand, and brand called Northeast, and to make it more visible. So yes, ma'am. I believe that
I think
cultural
that's an
diversity.
amazing idea, and really hope that we can achieve it someday.
Right,
So we
ma'am.
should really reach out to our friends in Nagaland and probably, advocate
Right,
this idea.
right, ma'am.
So the public-private partnership plays an important role in Thailand tourism industry, right? So do you think a similar approach would benefit Indian tourism sector also?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, absolutely. As we saw in Thailand, that the private partnership is the private stakeholders in Thailand. They are very forthcoming, and they're very active, and their dependence on government is not much, as
Hmm.
maybe compared to us. So they are more independent, and they do the things, and they have achieved a lot of milestones, achieved a lot of projects that have become so popular. And I believe in Sikkim also things are changing. I think it comes with experience of being a leading tourist destination. Thailand has enjoyed being a premier tourist destination for a considerable period of time, and the places in Northeast is still coming up. We are a young tourist destination. So I think over a period of time we'll also catch up. It has already started to happen. I think if I speak about Sikkim, there are a lot of young entrepreneurs who are coming up, and there are a lot of startups that has started to work in the field of tourism sector, be it hospitality, be it hotels, or be it transport sectors. So a lot of young ideas are coming in, and I believe, as I said, with experience, the private players here will also reach that level that is there in Thailand. And speaking of Sikkim, we have a lot of stakeholder associations, the travel agents associations, which are very active, and they always promote. They're doing their best to promote tourism in the state.
So, Sikkim, as I know, is one of the states where, you have a lot of tourists coming in, especially from within India and also from abroad, maybe not from Thailand, but from other countries. So, how do you handle the problem of environment? Because the environment gets affected. So, what are the steps or what are the measures that you're taking to protect environment in the state?
Right, ma'am. This is one area that we take it very seriously, and there are a lot of ecotourism code of conduct that we have put in place for tourists visiting the state. Like we have recently banned the use of plastic water bottles, so below 1 liter or less than 1 liter. So if you visit Sikkim, you'll not get any water bottles, any shops selling water bottles which contains water, which is 1 liter or less than 1 liter. And this has significantly improved the the problem of plastic waste. And apart from that, we try to promote sustainable tourism. We try to promote a lot of green tourism. We try to diverse. We try to like in Thailand. We also try here to introduce lesser known areas wherein tourist footfalls are relatively less. So we try and promote those areas instead of already popular areas, so that the carrying capacity and the environmental impact is minimized. So that work is already happening. And also in the also we have a lot of we have a lot of areas where which are called Smriti Vans, wherein we encourage tourists who visit Sikkim to go and plant trees or saplings, so that that would be one of their takeaway moments from Sikkim. So
How
yes, ma'am.
interesting.
Yes, ma'am. So we do all that, and we have a very robust tourism policy, which focuses on environmental safeguard and safety, and to safeguard the environment. So that is already there, ma'am.
So, lastly, based on your experience, are there any tourism policies you think India could adopt or learn from Thailand to improve its own tourism sector?
Right, ma'am. I personally feel the most important thing would be the safety of the tourist. You know, the tourist would like to choose a destination that is safe, and Thailand, for that reason, is one of the most safest region to visit, I believe. And I think we should have policies wherein safety of tourists is given topmost priority.
I think. Thank you so much, Mr. Pakrin. It was really a pleasure talking to you. I think we
Thank
got a
you, ma'am.
lot of insight from the state of Sikkim, and I hope, with you in place there and with people like you in the department, we can really improve on our tourism sector. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. Uh, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Groundspeak. Please don't forget to follow and look out for our other videos that will be coming online very soon. Thank you.